Welcome to Lingua Hub, where teaching, languages, and presentations meet. The idea of the channel is that we teach languages through PowerPoint presentations. So if you like this content, please enlighten us by subscribing. The knowledge of this video is from Chat-GPT. Spanish Lesson Unit 1, Lesson 3. Components, Greetings, Alphabets, and Numbers. Introduction to the lesson. Hola amigos. Welcome back to our in-depth Spanish Basics series. Today, we'll take a deeper dive into greetings, the alphabet, and numbers. This lesson is packed with detailed explanations, examples, and interactive elements to solidify your understanding. Let's get started. Lesson 1, Nuanced Greetings. Saludos matizados. Intro. Greetings in Spanish can vary greatly depending on the context and the relationship between speakers. Let's explore some nuanced greetings and their appropriate usage. Nuanced greetings. ¿Cómo te va? How's it going? ¿Qué pasa? What's happening? ¿Qué haces? What are you doing? ¿Qué cuentas? What's new? Tanto tiempo sin verte. Long time no see. Examples. When meeting a friend. Hola, ¿qué pasa? When bumping into a colleague. Hola, ¿cómo te va? When catching up with an old friend. Hola, tanto tiempo sin verte. When meeting someone after a long time. Qué alegría verte. When asking about recent activities. ¿Qué cuentas? Deep dive. ¿Cómo te va? Is commonly used among friends and colleagues to ask about general well-being. ¿Qué pasa? Is more informal and often used with close friends. ¿Qué haces? And ¿qué cuentas? Are great for showing interest in someone's activities and life updates. Tanto tiempo sin verte is perfect for reuniting with someone after a long period. Interactive questions. How do you say, "What are you doing," in Spanish? What would you say to a friend you haven't seen in a long time? Which greeting can be used to ask, "How's it going?" Outro. Excellent. You've now learned more nuanced greetings that will help you connect better with Spanish speakers. Practice these in real-life situations to become more fluent. Lesson 2, the Spanish alphabet with phonetics and examples. El alfabeto con fonética y ejemplos. Intro. The Spanish alphabet is foundational to mastering the language. Understanding its phonetics and seeing it in action with examples will enhance your pronunciation skills. Alphabet with phonetics and examples. A en español, like the a in father example. Árbol. Tree. B en español. Like the B in boy example. Boca. Mouth. C en español. Like the C in cat before a, o, u, like the th in thin before e or I example, casa. House. Cielo. Sky. D en español. Like the D in dog example. Dido. Finger. E en español. Like the E in bet example. Elefante. Elephant. F en español. Like the F in fun. Example. Floor. Flower. G en español. Like the G in go before a, o, u, like the H in happy before E or I example. Gato. Cat. Gente. People. H en español. Silent in Spanish example. Hora. Hour. E en español. Like the E in sea. Example. Isla. Island. J en español. Like the H in happy example. Jabin. Soap. K en español. Like the K in kite example. Kilo. Kilogram. L en español. Like the L in light example. Luna. Moon. M en español. Like the M in man example. Mano. Hand. N en español. Like the N in nice example. Nariz. Nose. Ñ en español. Like the New York in canyon example. Niño. Child. O en español. Like the O in no example. Oso. Bear. P en español. Like the P in pig example. Perro. Dog. Q en español. Like the K in key example. Queso. Cheese. R en español. Like the TT in butter American English example. Ratón. Mouse. S en español. Like the S in sun example. Sol. Sun. T en español. Like the T in top example. Toro. Bull. U en español. Like the OO in food example. Uva. Grape. V en español. Like the V in very example. Vaca. Cow. W en español. Like the W in water example. Whiskey. Whiskey. X en español. Like the KS in box example. Exama. Exam. Y en español. Like the Y in yes example. Yate. Yacht. Feta en español. Like the S in sun in Latin America, like the TH in thin in Spain example. Zapato. Shoe. Deep dive, pay special attention to letters like C and G, which change sounds based on the following vowels. H is always silent in Spanish, unlike in English. Practice pronouncing each letter with the example words to get comfortable with the sounds. Interactive questions. How do you pronounce the letter G before E or I in Spanish? What sound does the letter N make, and can you give an example? How is the letter C pronounced before A, O, and U? Outro fantastic. You're getting better at pronouncing Spanish correctly. Remember to practice regularly, as phonetics are key to sounding natural in Spanish. Lesson 3, Numbers Beyond 20. Los números más allá del 20. Intro, let's expand your knowledge of numbers in Spanish by learning numbers from 21 to 40, including the pattern for forming larger numbers. Numbers 21 to 30. 21. 21 en español. 22. 22 en español. 23. 23 en español. 24. 24 en español. 25. 25 en español. 26. 26 en español. 27. 27 en español. 28. 28 en español. 29. 29 en español. 30. 30 en español. Numbers 31 to 40. 31. 31 en español. 32. 32 en español. 33. 33 en español. 34. 34 en español. 35. 35 en español. 36. 36 en español. 37. 37 en español. 38. 38 en español. 39. 39 en español. 40. 40 en español. Deep dive, notice the pattern for numbers from 21 to 29 where 20- combines with the unit number. From 31 onwards, use Y to connect tens and units. This pattern continues for each subsequent group of 10. Interactive questions. How do you say 25 in Spanish? What is the Spanish word for 35? How do you form the number 42 in Spanish? Outro, great job. Knowing these numbers will help you with everyday activities such as shopping, telling time, and much more in Spanish-speaking environments. Test. Test questions. How do you say long time no see in Spanish? What is the Spanish word for 58? How do you pronounce the letter H in Spanish? What greeting would you use to ask, what's happening? How do you say 79 in Spanish? What is the Spanish word for 40? How do you greet someone you haven't seen in a long time? What is the phonetic sound of C before E or I? Summary. You've done an amazing job reinforcing your Spanish basics, including nuanced greetings, phonetic details of the alphabet, and numbers beyond 20. Regular practice will ensure you retain what you've learned. Keep up the great work, and stay tuned for more lessons. We've reached the end. Thank you for watching our video, and if you needed any help, please tell us using the comment section below. Simple project done by Lingua Hub. If you enjoyed, please honor us by subscribing.